Hey guys, Jay here and welcome back to the channel. So if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notifications bell to stay informed. So there has been a decent amount of LUNC just removed from the total supply, and this is really a good time to talk about burning, to look at what has happened to the price with this burning happening and how we can correlate this all together to better prepare for what is to happen in the months ahead. And in these months ahead, hopefully what we're going to see is TFL burn a substantial amount of LUNC coins. Hopefully all of the ones that are outside of those 4 LFG wallets, which are what they have access to and what they're legally allowed to go and burn. The LFG funds themselves, they don't have access to them. DK is someone who's on the board, and then obviously the SEC has a part to play in that as well. So when it comes down to the LFG wallets, like I said yesterday, I think we should just go ahead, get a proposal up and blacklist them. I think there's going to be a lot of people who are probably typing these proposals up. There's a lot of positive reach to gain from being at the forefront, I guess, of a proposal like this. And it's a really important time. But what I want to do in this video is really focus on what happens when you burn coins, because it is positive, especially in our situation when the total supply of the actual coin is around 6.7 trillion. So this is a decent amount, right? We have to burn through these coins. This is a necessary evil moving forward. So a lot of people have they've woken up and they've done what all of us have done. We've seen the good news about the burn and we've instantly gone to the price chart and we've thought to ourselves, well, why is the chart dumping? If we're removing all of these coins, why is the price dumping on us? Why does this keep happening? Why do we keep getting downward candles from positive burning? And I think the easiest way to dissect this right now, and I've got another example to go through and show you all here, is I'm on StakeBin and I've got it on the hourly chart. And if we look, that burning, so the beginning of that substantial burn is around 2 a.m. cooling off about now. So it's really important to understand that those burns happened from 2 a.m. onwards, as we can see here. So now what I'm going to do is flick it over to TradingView and we'll take a look at the timeline over here. So as you can see, exactly the 2 a.m. candle, we start to dump. And you're probably confused and you're probably thinking to yourself, well, if you're removing the coins from the supply, surely that makes the remainder of the coins more valuable. Surely the market cap just adds to that. And sadly, the evidence shows us through many different examples and study and burning for like the best part of 2 years, I would say, is you're just removing the money from the market cap. In essence, to boil this down, it's just the same as somebody cheating or a whale selling or a holder dumping that has a substantial bag. And there's no difference. Okay, so every month when Binance makes that huge burn, we do remove the coins from the supply, but we're also torching the market cap. And many times before I've said this is why burning on the transactions much better, because then we're not seeing what are to the chart and the ecosystem big sells. Instead, we're seeing very small cells that come in the form of burning. And we need to understand that this is what happens. And if you ignore evidence like this and you simply just deny the evidence, then you're going to find yourself in a position, right, that throughout the next 3 months, every time that one of these wallets burn and the chart takes a substantial hit, you're going to be pretty upset. Whereas if you can understand that this is what is coming, this is what's going to happen if it doesn't get burnt on the transaction moving forward, this is what is going to continue happening until all of those coins have been destroyed by TFL or blacklisted and removed from the supply, so to speak. And this really boils down to the argument for burning against forking, and there's a huge argument to be had there, and there's a lot of points to take in when it comes to that, but the core basics of burning really are shown here. Once again, going back to StakeBin, we can see that at 2 a.m. that burning begins to happen. Go back to the chart and we see once again on the dot, 2 a.m. we see a downward move. And this is a really important point. And what really began to kick this in for me was when I started studying lower market cap coins that burn. And most people in crypto, they want to see these lower market cap coins burn. And I always say this is a really bad idea. You shouldn't do it. And I actually watched a project do it, and they burned exactly $1 million worth of tokens. And that was here at this peak. And then instantly we saw a very, very substantial dump. And this because of a simple fact that more or less you just had a $1 million sell on the chart. And this isn't pointing fingers at another chain or saying, this is bad. And everybody's got their own way of doing things, right? But we should better understand the responses we're going to get from this ecosystem when we burn coins. And that when you wake up, if you see coins have burnt and the chart's gone down, that's why they've gone down. And I can see quite a few different people panicking. There's a lot of people on Twitter who are sort of saying, oh yeah, we've had this big burn, but whales are also selling as well. It doesn't work like that. We can correlate the burns down to the hour candles on both supply bin and the price chart on TradingView. And we can also look at this example that we've just shown. So these are all really important points to take in. And once again, being in a forward moving manner and everything moving so quickly, it's best that we can understand all of these different things that are going to be happening. Because if you think about it, and we do go back to that TFL list, so to speak, and we think about how much is possibly in all of those wallets across board, right? It's a considerable amount. It really is a considerable amount that's going to be burned. So it's around 1 billion LUNC. That's just spread out across multiple wallets. You've got another 222 million. But more importantly is that supply burn on the USTC, which is probably the equivalent, I think, of over 30% at least. At least, I would say, around 30%. So let me bring up this chart here and we'll show these wallets once again. So these are the 5 wallets that I was saying we should go ahead, blacklist now, get them done and dusted, because TFL don't have control. Neither does LFG really themselves. The control's really in the power of the creditors at this point. So we've got all of these wallets, and these are the ones that I was saying, is going to cause a lot of downward movement on that chart that we're going to just have to accept, acknowledge, and understand that it's a necessary evil moving forward. And what I would say to everybody listening here is use these burns and use these opportunities, right, to work the market. If you're buying the dips, if you're dollar cost averaging in, these are good opportunities because you've seen that there's refutable evidence that shows you that every time there's going to be a burn, there's going to be some downward movements with the chart. And we see this every single month with Binance. And I think it's a really interesting point because if you start to get the chart up and you start to correlate these things to the first day of every month, we always see downward movement. Always. On the first of each month, we see downward movement. And it's really interesting. So once again, look here, seeing on the 1st of April, Binance's burn coming in and then seeing a substantial move downwards. And it seems to happen every time unless we've got some really, really good steam going on. But once again, leading up to the end of the month there, again, so, around 1st of March, you would see that Binance burn coming in. We're already on some upward trajectory. The Binance burn comes in, the trajectory halts, slows down, and then we start to see that big, what would be deemed as a huge sell come in. So I think this is really important stuff. And what I know is, right, no real YouTuber with a good business perspective that wants his channel to grow and to get somewhere and to gain more followers and subscribers probably isn't going to go in and cover something like this. Because to everybody, burning is used as this very, very positive tool, and it's used and utilized to get people to come into their channels and watch the videos, because burning is very easy maths for someone in their head. Oh, we're removing the coins from the supply, so therefore the remainder of the coins are actually worth more money. And those mathematics just don't work out when you start to look at all of the evidence. So yeah, really, 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 I really can't say really enough in this situation, but I really hope, and I really hope to see that proposal goes up to blacklist at least the LFG funds, because TFL is going to take around 3 months to get that done. If you've listened to the space, to go through that list of wallets outside of LFG. So LFG really is down to us at this point, to become actionable about it and to get something done about it. And if we don't, who knows? The SEC might jump in, the creditors might jump in, something could happen, and it's better to get it done and dusted now. But let me know what you think about all of this. Let me know what you think about burning. Do you have a totally different view? Do you completely say that evidence is not good enough? Let me know what you think. Other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notifications bell to stay informed, and I'll catch you in the next one.